Joy spent the entire movie trying to keep one emotion away from the controls. Not anger, not fear, not disgust, sadness, the quiet one. The one who moved slowly and talked softly and couldn't explain why she needed to touch things. Joy built systems, drew circles on the floor, invented reasons to keep her away from anything that mattered. And the movie lets you agree with that for almost the entire runtime, because you've been doing the same thing to your own sadness for years. And this film is going to show you what it cost. Let's reframe this. Inside Out doesn't start with a problem. It starts with a system that works. Riley is 11. She's happy. The control room runs clean. Joy is in charge, and she's good at it. She keeps the memories golden. She keeps the mood up. She keeps Riley smiling. And every night, the core memories roll in glowing yellow. Perfect system. And standing off to the side, there's sadness. She doesn't have a station. She doesn't have a defined role. She exists in headquarters like a piece of furniture nobody ordered. Joy tolerates her the way you tolerate a feeling you can't get rid of, but refuse to use. She's there. She takes up space. That's about it. Early on, Joy literally draws a circle on the floor and tells sadness to stand in it. Stay here. Don't touch anything. Don't touch the memories. Don't go near the console. Just exist in this small space and don't affect anything. The movie plays that for laughs. It's a cute bit. Joy being organized. Sadness being sadness. You smiled at it. Maybe you even agreed with the logic. Keep the sad stuff contained. Don't let it spread. Manage it. And that's the first thing the movie does to you. It gets you to co-sign the exact behavior that's going to destroy everything by the third act. Riley's family moves to San Francisco. New house, new school, new everything. And the cracks start immediately. The moving van is late. The new house is wrong. Dad is distracted with work. Riley stands up to introduce herself, starts talking about Minnesota, and sadness touches the memory, turns it blue, and Riley cries in front of the entire class. Joy panics, tries to eject the blue memory, and in the struggle, both joy and sadness get sucked out of headquarters along with the core memories. They're gone. The console goes dark, and the three emotions left behind, anger, fear, and disgust, are now running an 11-year-old girl's life with no access to happiness or grief. That's the setup. But the real movie isn't about getting Joy back to headquarters. The real movie is about Joy learning the one thing she's been wrong about since the first frame. And to see it, you have to watch what sadness does when Joy isn't controlling her. I make these alone. Every word, every cut, every late night staring at a timeline wondering if this one lands. If it does, if something in this sits with you longer than you expected, subscribe. Not because I'm asking for numbers, because the next one goes somewhere you're not going to see coming. Okay, out in the long-term memory, lost in Riley's mind, Joy and sadness are trying to get back. And Joy is doing what Joy always does. Plans, optimism, solutions, keep moving, stay positive. She's the leader. She's the fixer. And sadness can barely keep up. She walks slowly. She lies down on the ground. She drags. And Joy keeps pulling her forward, literally dragging her at one point, because Joy has one setting, and it's forward. But watch what happens every time they meet someone. Bing bong, Riley's childhood imaginary friend, is fading. He's been forgotten. He knows he's disappearing, and he's sitting on the ground, devastated. Joy does what Joy does. She tries to cheer him up, makes funny faces, brings up good memories, tries to put a positive spin on the fact that a piece of Riley's childhood is dying, and it doesn't work. Bing Bong just sits there, sadder than before, because someone just told him his grief was a problem to be solved. Sadness sits down next to him, doesn't fix anything, doesn't redirect. She says, "I'm sorry they took your rocket. That sounds really hard." And she just sits there with him, and Bing Bong cries, and then he gets up and keeps going. Not because the sadness was solved, because it was allowed. That's the scene the whole movie is built around, and most people don't notice it, because Joy is standing 3 feet away, looking confused. Joy's confusion is yours. You're watching someone grieve, and someone else just sitting with them, and your instinct is the same as Joy's. Okay, but when do we fix this and get back to the plan? The movie is testing you. Every time sadness does something, and Joy reacts with frustration, the film is asking, are you with Joy, or are you starting to see it? And for most of the runtime, you're with Joy. Because joy feels like the answer. Joy feels like what you're supposed to want. And sadness feels like the thing that's slowing everything down. That's the meta. You walked into a movie about emotions and immediately picked a side. You ranked them, joy on top, sadness at the bottom. And the film let you sit in that ranking for an hour before it showed you that the ranking was the problem. Meanwhile, back in headquarters, Riley is falling apart. Without sadness, she can't process what's happening to her. She can't grieve Minnesota. She can't feel the loss of her old friends, her old room, her old life. Anger, fear, and disgust try to compensate. They make her snap at her parents. They make her defensive. They shut her down. And eventually, anger has an idea. Pull the core memories. Run away, go back to Minnesota. And when he puts the idea in, something happens that's never happened before. The console goes dark, completely. Riley stops feeling anything. Not angry, not scared, not disgusted, nothing. She sits on a bus with a blank face and a backpack, and she's gone. Not physically, emotionally. The lights are off, and nobody's home. That's what repression looks like from the inside. Not a dramatic breakdown, a quiet shutdown. The moment where the system you built to keep the hard feelings out finally works so well that it keeps everything out. You didn't mean to go numb. You just got so good at not feeling the bad stuff that the good stuff couldn't get through either. And this is where it stops being about a cartoon. You've done the circle on the floor. Maybe not with a crayon. Maybe it was subtler than that. A rule you made for yourself somewhere around 15, maybe earlier. Don't cry at that. Don't show them that got to you. Hold it together. Be the one who's fine. Be the one who handles things. And you got good at it. You got so good at it that people started complimenting the system. You're so strong. You're so stable. I don't know how you do it. And every compliment was another brick in the wall between you and the thing you were keeping in the circle. Because if strong means not feeling it, then feeling it means you're not strong. And you've built your whole identity around being the one who doesn't break. So you don't. You hold it. You hold it when the thing happens that should have broken you. You hold it at the funeral where everyone else cried. At it. Really looks. It's the one from the hockey game. Riley missed the shot. The team lost. She sat on the branch and cried, and then her parents came, and her friends came, and they sat with her. And the sadness became something else. It became closeness. Joy turns the memory over and sees what she never let herself see. The memory starts blue. Sadness came first, and then, because people showed up and sat with Riley in the grief, it turned gold. The joy didn't replace the sadness. It grew out of it. They were never opposites. They were sequence. That's the turn. Not just for the movie, for every person watching who's ever been told that happiness and sadness are two ends of a scale, and you should push toward one and away from the other. They're not a scale. They're layers, and you can't get to the gold without going through the blue. Joy climbs out, gets back to headquarters, and does the hardest thing she's done in the entire movie. She steps away from the console and lets sadness drive. Not because she has a plan, because she finally understands that the one thing Riley needs right now is the one thing Joy spent the whole movie preventing. Sadness touches the console. Riley stops running, gets off the bus, goes home, looks at her parents, and breaks. She cries. She tells them she misses Minnesota. She tells them she's been pretending to be happy. She tells them the thing she's been holding since the moving truck pulled away. And her parents don't fix it. They don't say it's going to be great. They hold her. They say we miss it too. And a new core memory forms. Not yellow, not blue, both gold and blue swirled together. The first memory that's allowed to be two things at once. That's not a happy ending. That's something more honest than a happy ending. That's a kid learning in real time that she's allowed to not be okay, and that not being okay is the only way back to being okay. and her parents learning the same thing in the same moment. I know this one. I spent a long time as Joy, not the fun version, the controlling version, the one who managed every room, kept the energy up, made sure nobody had to sit with anything uncomfortable, especially me. I was the one people called when they needed to feel better, and I was good at it, and I was empty, because every time I helped someone else get past the hard part, I was rehearsing my own system. Don't sit in it. Don't let it settle. Keep moving. And then something happened that I couldn't keep moving through. And I tried. I tried the tricks, the reframe, the bright side, at least it wasn't. And none of it worked, because the thing that happened was sad. Just sad. Not sad with a lesson. Not sad, but it made me stronger. Just sad. And I had no tool for that. I had a whole console full of buttons, and not one of them was built to just let me sit on the floor and feel it. Someone sat with me, didn't fix it, didn't reframe it, just said, yeah, that's really hard. And something cracked open that had been sealed shut for longer than I wanted to admit. And I cried the way Riley cried. Ugly and late and long overdue. And when it was done, I didn't feel fixed. I felt lighter, like I'd been carrying a suitcase I forgot I was holding. That's what sadness does. She doesn't heal you. She makes you light enough to start healing yourself. The circle on the floor was never about protecting Riley. It was about protecting Joy. Joy drew that circle because if sadness touches the memories, they change. They turn blue. And if the memories turn blue, then the story Joy's been telling, that Riley is happy, that the system works, that everything is fine, that story falls apart. Joy wasn't keeping sadness away from Riley. She was keeping sadness away from the narrative. You've got a narrative too. The one where you're fine. The one where you handled it. The one where you moved on. And somewhere underneath it, there's a feeling sitting in a circle on the floor that you drew a long time ago, waiting for permission to touch something. It's not going to break you. It's going to make the memory complete. The gold doesn't come without the blue. It never did.